WVRC Fox 6 News. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
Welcome into Weather Extra. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt. Some beautiful weather out there today, but it has been very windy. We've had some wind gusts as high as tropical storm force across the area. So a first alert for those gusty winds going into the evening hours. That wind is going to settle down though for tonight. Let's head over to our sunset times. And how about this? We're picking up 1 to 2 minutes of daylight each day. You can really tell those days getting longer out there. Sunset today, we finally crossed the 7:30 threshold, 7:31 by June 1st, getting a little bit closer to 8 o'clock. You can see July 1st, our sunset time at 8:01. But capture one of those nice sunset photos. Send that in on the First Alert Weather app. That's a great way to direct link those photos to us. If you don't have it, our WVRC First Alert Weather app, some cool new features on there too. By the way, download it, get our latest version there. We have some new updates, and we'll be talking a lot more about that coming up in the weeks ahead. First Alert Weather headlines. We've got another cold night, very breezy again tomorrow. Now, not as windy as today, but still that breeze will be a factor. We've got rain and storms rolling in over the weekend. Another chance for some wet weather. I'm seeing one of these setups where we might get a couple of waves of rain, perhaps some storms moving in from the northwest over the weekend. Looking at those winds right now, it's not as windy as it was a couple hours ago. We had 30+ mile-per-hour wind gusts, but it's still breezy. I mean, you can see 20+ here in some areas. We do have some pick locations pulled up. You can see here in the Birmingham area, there's Fultondale seeing 28 mile-per-hour wind. Tuscaloosa and Northport around 25 miles per hour. So still enough of a breeze out there. You'll want to hang on to the hat. And if you're heading out, maybe heading out to a Little League baseball game this evening, just make sure you grab a pullover because later on it is going to feel chilly there later on this evening with that wind. Won't be as breezy, but just enough to add to the chill out there for tonight. And with it being so windy, that's just adding to the dryness factor. And I know it's been an extra hairspray kind of day, but if you've noticed every door handle you touch, you get shocked. That's because, yeah, we've got those super low dew points, so it's making the static clean. That's a big factor right now, but that will improve later on this week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's going to start to feel more humid out there, so it won't be quite as dry, quite as crispy. Here's a look at that evening forecast. Again, that's 7:31 sunset time, 8 o'clock. You can see 63 degrees, 59 by 9 o'clock, and in the morning we'll start out in the 40s. Here's a first look at tomorrow's out the door forecast, and you can see by 7 o'clock some 40s possible, but we will warm up into the 70s tomorrow. Wind out of the northwest at about 5 to 10 early on. After lunchtime, we could see some of those gusts as high as 20 miles per hour again during the afternoon. But why so windy? Well, we're going to explain as we take a look at the weather happening across the country after the break. You are watching Weather Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Good Day, Alabama.
A new morning comes with preparing right, because while you slept, news broke.
We have new information from that breaking news that happened this morning.
While you head out, the storm we gave you the first alert for is on its way in. And as the key turns the ignition, your shorter route to work is being found.
Avoid 459 southbound completely because of a crash.
A new morning means everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama, always on your side.
The First Alert traffic you need to get you there safe and on time. Tomorrow morning, everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama.
You're late, out the door, and on the go. Don't worry.
Good Day, Alabama continues all morning long.
And wherever you watch, this is what you need to know right now.
More reporters on the streets with more hours of news when you need it. Everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama. knowing first is everything. First Alert Weather.
Hey, you have a trip planned to the Gulf Coast over the weekend? Well, the rain chances start to go up. You'll notice there around a 20% chance Saturday and Sunday. Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, over towards Panama City. Highs in the 70s for this weekend, but it's a low-end chance. It looks very hit or miss, but watch out there Saturday and Sunday for the possibility of some of those scattered areas of rain and storms. The Gulf moisture starts to work its way back into the region here over the weekend. Well, it's time to take a look at the weather happening across the country here, and as we look at the setup over the next 3 days, well, first off, we're looking at a couple of features. We have an upper low across the southwest U.S. We have a ridging pattern across the mid portion of the country, and another trough carved out over the eastern U.S. It's sort of like what we call an omega block sort of pattern here across the country. You get these big upper lows here across the New England states, and when you've got high pressure west of us, you've got this trough, this low pressure to the east. What that's doing is that big change in pressure. You've got a sharp pressure gradient, and that's what's driving these wind speeds. A lot of folks have been asking me on social media, what's the deal with these gusty winds, sun shining outside? That's why. Pressure drives winds. Every time you feel a breeze, know that that's air moving from high to low pressure out there. And typically in the springtime, the sun's more direct, so we heat up a lot faster, so you end up with some pockets of rising temperatures. Of course, you still have some cooler air that hangs on across parts of the country. Pressures directly related to those changes in temperature, and that's also a reason why typically in the springtime, especially in the month of March, you know, we always know March as a windy month. That's why in the spring it's often so breezy in general this time of the year. But we've got a couple of lows there impacting parts of the country. So you see that one to the northeast, there's a little bit of moisture being drawn in across parts of Texas around that big low across the southwest. You can see there around places like, looks like around the Red River Valley. Looks like Thursday showers continue to the west. That system is going to be departing finally to the east, and when that happens Thursday, that's going to lessen that pressure gradient, lessen those wind speeds for us. That's why I'm thinking for us, winds won't be quite as gusty. So that's the basis on my forecast there for Thursday. Here's a look at the upper level pattern again. You can see both systems there. This is the conditions aloft. So these are upper level storm systems. You can see the jet stream taking quite the dive there across the east. And what that's going to do is in the short term here, tonight through tomorrow, that's going to give way to the possibility of some snow in some of the higher elevations of West Virginia and parts of the mid-Atlantic region. But here's a look at that system back to the west, and you can see for the evening hours tonight, that system is almost, it's just kind of cut off there. You can see it hardly moves. So for parts of California, they're going to be dealing with lingering shower activity. There's some of that moisture that we were seeing that was flowing in there across the high plains, low plains, I should say. Looking at the setup for Wednesday, that system back across the southwest, well, it's going to continue bringing coastal rain to parts of the southwest. This won't be a system that immediately is just going to race across the country. We want to see that kind of stay back to the west, and as for us, we're going to stay very dry across the deep south. It looks like through Thursday we'll start to see that chance for some showers coming back by Friday and into the weekend. But look at this system to the northeast here. Again, quite the impacts there. Gusty winds, clouds, a lot of rainfall activity. But you see right in here, look at that little bit of blue showing up, and some of the higher elevations, yeah, it could be some snowfall totals there, some impressive accumulations there in some of the higher elevations across parts of West Virginia, and even some lake effect snow still happening. You can see here across the upper peninsula of Michigan and places there dealing with some snow across the Great Lakes region. So it's still winter time across parts of the country, and that's what's happening there around the northeast. As for us, what's going to happen, it looks like with that ridge and with that system to the northeast kind of carved out, and later on in the week what's going to happen, we'll see more of a northwest oriented flow pattern, and we could see a couple of disturbances this weekend move our way. See that a lot in the month of May, and sometimes that can bring little complexes of storms in our direction. Timing those out, that is the tricky part. Right now it looks like we could see some showers coming back as early as Friday. We're going to show you that next as we explore our 7-day forecast. We'll take a close look at the weekend, that Super 7-day after the break, as we continue right here on First Alert Weather Extra.
West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling easy and more affordable for everyone. Hey everybody, I'm joined by Kirsten Page from West Shore to find out exactly how they're making that happen. Kirsten.
So Joe, we've been able to give homeowners, over 165,000 of them, the shower and bath of their dreams by making it a fast, easy, and convenient experience. But now we're making it even more affordable to start your project without breaking the bank.
Now Kirsten, when someone starts a remodeling project, costs can be a real concern. So how are you making it more affordable to start that project right now?
So instead of me telling you, why don't I show you? This homeowner was having some problems with their old shower. They called us, we stopped out, and we completely removed the old bathtub and replaced it with a walk-in shower in just one day. The best part? We can do a job like this for as low as $99 a month.
$99 a month, that's incredible.
It really is. We understand that budgets can be a little tighter this time of the year, so we want to make it easier for folks to get their projects started right now. So let's go ahead and look at another project we recently did. This homeowner was so excited to get rid of their old bathtub because they were getting an easy, low-step shower. You can see here we took out that old bathtub and removed everything down to the studs. Then we installed new walls and fixtures. By dinner time, this homeowner had their brand new shower, and the best part, they didn't need to worry about paying for their entire project up front. They were able to break it down into low monthly payments.
That project looks amazing, and the low monthly payments is going to make getting that project started so much easier. Kirsten, thanks so much. Folks, West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling fast and convenient, and you heard Kirsten, now they're making it more affordable too with their easy, low monthly payments. Call the number on your screen right now to start your project, and when you do, take advantage of this great offer. Call in now to get your new shower for as little as $99 a month. On top of that, they're doing free installation on all shower and bath projects. Don't delay. Call the experts at West Shore Home now.
Welcome back into First Alert Weather Extra. Sunset time 7:31 for today. 72 degrees tomorrow. Look at that. We've got some more sunshine coming back the next couple of days. I mentioned this before. It's been so windy out there, and with these breezy conditions, it's kind of like having a hair dryer on everything. It just really dries things out quickly. So I know with those gardens, and you got the tomatoes, just planted the tomato plants, make sure you water the garden. I know the gardens could use some H2O here over the next couple of days, especially after these windy conditions. But I know it's been kind of tough out there for some of those outdoor projects, certainly with these windy conditions. But Thursday's the day where it's finally going to settle down. Tomorrow, I can't promise it's going to be a completely calm day. You can see the winds are going to pick up out of the north. There's going to be some gust in there. It's going to be very breezy. We should raise this a little bit where it shows those breezy conditions. Winds 20 miles per hour gusting during the afternoon. So it is going to be windy out there. But otherwise, some beautiful weather, some chilly mornings again. Tomorrow morning, 45 early in the day, 46 there early on Thursday, 50s to start the day on Friday. Friday is a day we could start to see a few showers popping up there during the afternoon. And you can see when you look at the model data, it's hard to really decipher here. It just looks like a lot of green on the map, but I do see some general patterns here. It looks like Friday late into Saturday morning we could see in here a wave of rain, perhaps some storms developing and dropping southeast across the area. Let's watch that Friday night and into Saturday morning. And typically if we do get some storms that move through here Friday night and Saturday morning, behind that you often catch a little bit of a break, and then we'll have to watch for another chance of some of those showers redeveloping late on Saturday and then into the morning on Sunday, and then dropping southeast across the area. So there are a couple time frames there we need to watch out. Again, maybe seeing some scattered showers late on Friday, but Friday night and Saturday morning, and then Saturday night and into Sunday morning especially. That right now, those are two times I'm really focused in on for that next best chance for rain, perhaps some storms with some gusty winds. And then again, early next week, some indications that we could see some more wet weather at times in here, so we can't completely take away the chance for wet weather. Notice the temperatures, quite the warm up, back into the 80s with overnight lows in the 60s. Could this be so long 40s? Perhaps, but it does look like quite the warm up there in the next week. Overnight lows in the 60s and those highs really starting to ramp up here as we head on into the month of May. Again, looks like around Sunday 84 degrees. Some of the guidance has temperatures as warm as 87, 88 degrees there in the early next week. I just kind of went with an average 83 on Monday, 85 on Tuesday. But you know, when you start seeing this hit or miss chance for rainfall, you're getting into that time of the year. Summertime isn't too far away. Also want to note, coming up May 15th, that is the start of the Pacific hurricane season. The Atlantic hurricane season doesn't begin until June the 1st. But we'll be talking, of course, a lot more about the tropics in the weeks ahead right here on Weather Extra. And we'll be back. I've got some weather photos to share with you as we continue right here on Weather Extra. Stay tuned.
We heard the first alert. Mom says we have to go. She says I don't have time to grab any more toys.
Need to be in your tornado safe place. Get there right now as you have.
We have to get to our safe place because sometimes when you hear the siren, it's too late. That's why she says knowing first is everything.
We know weather can be grab the umbrella or jogging shoes, but it's so much more. It's a science, an art, led by knowledge and experience.
And no one has more of that than a WBRC First Alert weather team.
Warning you first with more hours committed to you. And the first forecast built to see weeks, days, and even minutes ahead, right down to where you live. From the team you trust on your favorite screen.
Doing the weather better. The WBRC First Alert weather team, always on your side.
The first alert is more than a warning. It's a promise. A promise to get you out of harm's way with plenty of time to spare. 4 walls and a roof can be replaced. Lives can't. That's why knowing first is everything. First Alert weather.
Welcome back into First Alert Weather Extra. Lots of sunshine out there for today. Tanya in Childersburg says, I was on my way home and saw something there on the horizon. Looks like in the distance there, she kind of zooms in. Looks like a little contrail sometimes you can see there from a jet overhead. You get the condensation there from the exhaust, and that's likely what we're seeing there in the distance. That was from Childersburg, but that's about all you can see there in the sky. No clouds showing up, even though those winds were quite gusty. And how about this view? This is from Steve and Tina Anderson. This is on the Warrior River, Willow, let's see, what does that say there? Willow Stump Road area, perhaps. I believe that's the name. But what a view. This was taken during the morning, so you can see some of that steam fog rising off the river. And typically on nights like this, I know a lot of folks, this is the time of year you break out the boat, get out there and do a little fishing. It's not too hot, it's not too cold sometimes, but at night when that temperature does fall and during the day, you know, you've got the sun just really starting to warm that water up, it hangs on to that residual warmth. So at night when the temperature takes the big drop, that water retains some of that warmth. You end up with that steam during the morning. So you encounter that. A lot of the fishermen out there early morning, be extra careful out there from some of that morning fog. This is from April 30th, and it looks like a view here from Wetumpka. That was from Chris sharing some photos from Wetumpka, Alabama there, and you can see some lovely views from Wetumpka and some storm clouds. This was over Saturday from Hackleburg. This is from John sharing some of these shelf cloud photos. I was actually in Coleman for Relay for Life. I want to give a big shout out to all the fine folks there in Coleman, and saw some of the EMA folks there, and it was just a wonderful turnout for Relay for Life for the American Cancer Society there Saturday night. You know, May is a melanoma awareness month, so I always say this time of the year, make sure you are sun safe over the next couple of days. Even though the mornings are chilly, we'll end up with lots of sunshine each day, and it doesn't feel too hot outside. Make sure you have proper sun protection. Make sure you are well aware of those dangers of too much sun exposure and sunburn this time of the year. So again, we're going to have plenty of sunshine here coming back over the next couple of days. Here's that 7-day forecast, and you can see sunshine for our Wednesday, 72, 76 on Thursday, overnight low temperatures down into the 40s, and this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, again watching Friday night and into Saturday, rain and storms possible. Hopefully we'll catch a break during the day Saturday, but we're going to have to watch out for some more of that wet weather coming back there by late Saturday and into Sunday. At this point, not seeing an organized risk for severe weather, but anytime you deal with these clusters of rain and storms, you've got the lightning, the gusty winds, and sometimes there's the threat of large hail with some of those storms as well. So we'll have to watch out for those possible impacts with that threat of storms and showers coming back on Saturday and Sunday. But we'll continue to fine-tune the timing. Check in on the weather app. Check in with us tonight, 9, 9:30, and 10 o'clock. We'll have even more data as we get closer to the weekend. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe out there. We'll see you tonight on WBRC Fox 6 News, first at 9.